Mark, you were talking about having to eat that one chip challenge deal.
Yeah, dude, I got it right here. It's for losing to the Steelers, the undefeated Steelers. Well, undefeated no more as of 20 minutes ago. But I have to eat this chip, as you can see, and it's a one chip challenge. Carolina Reaper. Yeah, so it comes in a coffin case, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's got a whole notebook of there's literally all that's in here is a chip. It's a single chip. It's huge. It's not like just try this little. It's a perfect chip that you'd get out of a restaurant. And the rules of the challenge is eat the entire chip and wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything.
Have you been training for this?
No. And I am a big bitch when it comes to hot food. Because I like some heat, but I mean, my nose always runs, and it's going to be a show. I hope you guys bought your pay-per-view tickets. You can watch me die on Twitch. Maybe we'll Twitch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can do
Sounds
that.
fun.
So we started watching the show on Netflix, and it's all about crazy competitions. Very good show. But one of the competitions they do is a pepper eating challenge, and it was like a contest started by the guy who created the Carolina Reaper pepper.
I thought that was a natural thing. A guy created it.
Well, I mean, it is a natural thing. It's a pepper grown on a vine. Like, I think he's crossbred stuff to create this varietal of pepper.
Okay.
It's not like he's banging a pepper or something and then it's having little pepper babies.
Okay.
But you should maybe go watch this and see people's reactions to eating Carolina Reapers and what happens. It's I don't want anything to do with it.
Well, the thing this chip won't fit in my mouth just one bite. Sure. I have to eat it. I have to take probably 2 or 3 bites of this chip. Probably a good 3-bite chip.
Well, is that chip made out of Carolina Reaper or something else?
I think that's the ingredients. The ingredients on this thing is the first one's just blue corn. I've done that before. Oh, nope. Down the line, Carolina Reaper pepper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. One chip, 30 calories. That's insane.
That's a lot of calories for one chip.
Yeah.
Wow. You'll probably burn it off through crying.
That's true.
Yes.
It'll be water weight.
Yeah.
It was sad to learn. It was sad to learn that the Carolina Reaper is named after the Lesser Carolina.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, something from here. No,
South Carolina.
Yeah, okay. I always forget about them because they're awful, and I never think about them.
Yeah, man.
So
okay. All right.
Well, hi guys.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Not bad.
What's happening now, huh?
Geez, who knows? Cold. It's cold. We had snow.
Had a little snow.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Unfortunately, I was inside the whole time and didn't notice, just like the rest of this year. What do we got tonight? You want to open with something, or?
Yeah, we'll open with a word. We got this, and just so you know, we've got the same shit that we have every time. It's word. It's cum, pussy, fart, dick, and balls. That's gonna get that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a science thing or two that we botch. You know, it's
your average, typical dick show.
A dick show. A dick show?
Yeah,
explain
dick
this,
show.
please.
It's like it's like a shit show, but dicks. This is a dick show. You go into a place, you put a nickel in, and then the curtains, just 3 inches of curtains move.
Okay,
And
you look down into the binocular machine like a Nickelodeon, like old school. It's an old school dick show. Okay. What, it lasts like 15 seconds or something?
Yeah, well, now you're making me think of the things that, like, you go to, like, big cities and you put a quarter in, and then you got to look, like, really far away. So now you get a dick show from, like, 500 yards.
You go up to the top of the Empire State Building,
And you look into some dude's apartment from 500 yards away.
and he's just doing the helicopter, and he pulls up his blinds. Has a dick show. Okay, I've never been to one of those.
Yeah, you should try it.
I don't need to go to the top floor for this. They can make these contraptions on the bottom floor.
That's a good point. Yeah. But I've traveled for a lot more for a lot less.
Okay, well, let's get this dick show on the road.
Oh, traveling dick show. All right. All right, here's the word. It's a lot less perverted than the last 2 minutes were.
Okay.
Gentacular.
Come on.
Gentacular?
That is spectacular genitals.
It's a good guess.
Gentacular. Gentacular.
How's it start again?
Jen.
Oh.
I know you'd assume Gen.
Mm-hmm. J.
Yeah.
Genta.
Now, I don't want to sound smarter than I am, but if it was Gen, that comes from the root word of gen, as in or even jer. I tried to sound smart. I fucking had an aneurysm.
Hey.
Gentacular. Steven, what are you going with?
I think I'm sticking with my guns. This is a dick show. I'm going to go with the spectacular genitals.
I'm going to go with above average grandpa.
Oh, okay. You're going with like the geriatric route. Okay.
Okay.
A better grandpa than most.
Okay.
Can we get that on a shirt?
Not world's greatest grandpa, just
a better than most. A better grandpa than most.
A better grandpa than most. That's good.
This will sell like hotcakes, baby.
Right.
Gentacular is of or pertaining to a breakfast taken early in the morning or immediately upon getting up. So an early breakfast.
So if you're saying I'm gonna get a gentacular, do you get one or do you have one? I'm gonna have a gentacular.
I think you would say I'm gonna have a gentacular breakfast.
Correct.
Which is an early breakfast.
Early, and I believe it seems the definitions seem quickly after you get up.
Breakfast in bed.
It would be breakfast in bed is gentacular. That would be a gentacular
Breakfast
meal.
in bed would be most gentacular, man.
Yeah. Which
wow.
I don't get the breakfast in bed thing.
I don't either.
I would never. Yeah. I don't want to eat in my bed, and I got
I don't do that.
Pancakes and syrups on my tits, and I'm licking it off. And
you can lick your. Oh wow!
Right? Yeah.
And the dog comes over and wants some, and it's all over the place, and pineapples are on my feet. Because every time breakfast, it's fucking. Who wants to eat anything in bed? I hate that idea.
I used to be back in my more single days. I was a big bed eater, but I think that was more the depression than like a passion for eating in the bed. That was just where I was. So if I was going to eat, that's where I'd have to take my meal.
Well, would you go make breakfast, then get back into bed and eat it? Or I think the whole idea is you have it served to you while you're in bed, right?
I think that's the allure of breakfast in bed. That's the
right.
Huh.
But yeah, I guess in college when everyone's doing their own thing and crazy, and I'd have to go back in my room and eat quite a few meals sitting on my bed.
Right. Wow. Things were that crazy, huh?
Wild times.
Okay.
So wild you couldn't have a meal in the common room.
Nope, can't.
Well, that's our word.
Good.
Both great guesses. I love the grandpa, and I love the thought of spectacular genitals.
Can you imagine, like, okay, I think it was where like you're showing the back side of like a patient at a doctor's office. The camera's looking at the doctor. The doctor's on his knees. Zip. And then he slowly looks up. Doctor says, dude, gentacular. End of scene.
By the way, I don't want my doctor saying dude to me.
Right.
I think this doctor's visit is happening in one of those striped, old-timey, like, beach bathing suit changing huts.
Okay.
It sounds like a SoCal surfer dude doctor.
Dude.
Wow.
Your dick.
This is wild because
Spectacular.
speaking of geriatric and the health, I've got
I
a
thought you were going to
science.
say genitals.
No, this doesn't involve genitals, but I do have a science talk topic.
Ooh,
Lay it on me.
Okay.
Make me smart. You know, I haven't remembered anything we've talked about either, by the way. So all this is just one ear out the other.
Okay. Well, this one's more of a study that recently happened. It's not I wouldn't call it fact yet, but it's an interesting article that's out there. It's a recent study. I'm getting this from the Independent. The title is Human Aging Reversed in Holy Grail Study, Science Talkers Say. Scientists have claimed to successfully reverse the biological aging process in a group of elderly adults. In a first of its kind study, researchers from Tel Aviv University used a form of oxygen therapy to reverse two key indicators of biological aging: telomere length and senescent cell accumulation. So let me explain what this is. I have a graphic. If you are a supporter through Patreon, you can see live the video. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, so here you've got a cell.
Uh-huh.
All right, inside that cell, you've got your chromosome here.
Sure.
These chromosomes have these protective end caps called telomeres. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I guess they protect the chromosome. And as you can see by this graphic here, and this thing I just found tonight on the internet, the longer telomeres, that's what young people have. The older people have shorter telomeres.
They get worn down.
Yes, they get worn down. They're worn down. So what does that mean? All right, so what happened is they took a group of 35 adults over the age of 64, and they did a method called hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which prevents the deterioration of these two hallmarks of the aging process. The subjects were placed in a pressurized chamber and given pure oxygen for 90 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 3 months. And let me hit you up with some science numbers here. At the end of the trial, the scientists reported that the participants, their telomeres had increased in length by an average of 20%, and their senescent aging deteriorating cells had reduced by 37%. So this is the equivalent of how their bodies were at the cellular level 25 years earlier. Okay, so they are saying that they might have not only targeted, but are able to reverse the aging process.
Reverse, like straight. If I put on oxygen, if I go to sleep with that bitch on,
yeah,
right? Maybe that's it. So instead of doing it, would you say 90 minutes for 5 days a week?
Yeah, for 3 months.
For 3 months. So what if you fucking wake up, right? You go to sleep. Let's say you're 60. You go to sleep with oxygen on. You get a good 8 hours. You wake up, you're 42.
Well, I don't know. It takes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it could take place over a long period of time, but that's what the news talkers are saying recently. Who knows? It
Yeah.
probably needs a lot more testing, but what if it's true? What if there is a reverse aging process? One of these science talkers says death is now optional, which is wild.
Wow.
Now this is very
The world's going to explode in 100 years, so it doesn't matter. But hypothetically, if it wasn't going to.
right. That's sure. So who knows if this is actually true or whatever? But what if it were? What if would you do it? And what are the pros and cons to living forever? Like you're like immortal. You could still be killed or whatever, but you just
Right.
won't age anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
Okay.
question.
All right then.
Would you?
Initially, yeah. I mean, it seems like you can stop this at any time, right?
You're right. And then pick back up with
Pick
aging.
back up whenever.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, so you can die if you want to.
Sure.
You can leave your friends behind.
Exactly. Yep. That would be one of the cons of living forever. That's a good one, Jeff. Good one.
And it makes total sense.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to look at the comments to see what people said about cons of living forever. Some people were like, yeah, losing loved ones, all that stuff. Yeah, we know. Everyone else ages. You lose your relationships with the people you've built these relationships with all these years. You wouldn't have like gratitude anymore, or you would lose a sense of urgency to do things.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because you're like, dude, I'm gonna live to be 1,000, so I'll write that screenplay tomorrow. I'll get
Exactly.
to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
But like, how many of those things in your life that you want to do are completely independent of everybody else around you?
What does that mean?
Like,
Yes.
so like any like big things like have a family or travel the like do you really want to just travel the world by yourself? Because you're like, yeah, I could do that later. Well, somebody you were going to travel the world with and share that experience with could be dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that everybody else around you is also going to choose not to age.
Right? Yeah. Hook your whole family up with this juice, man.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't want, I mean, my kid's eventually gonna be a teenager and she's gonna hate me soon. I mean, like, down the road. But if I just keep shoving oxygen in her face, I keep her at 3 years old. You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna know a
Nope.
bunch of shit.
Right. So
Your vocabulary is
learn,
gonna be through the roof.
you would learn new skills. You could learn all sorts of stuff, right? But then
Mhm.
also a con to that would be you'd probably lose interest in your like hobbies eventually. Eventually, everything's gonna be boring to you.
Yeah, you're gonna be sitting in the movie theater and you're gonna be like, "Fucking seen it," Everyone else turns around like, "Shut
This
up, asshole."
1,000-year-old asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Like next generation when they have the next like Marvel movie remake, like, oh my god, we've seen this before. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony Stark. Holy shit, never saw this coming.
That's right. Yeah, Hitchcock did this back in
Yeah.
19. Yeah.
The Simpsons already did this 100 years ago. We've seen this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everything's redone. Right.
Yeah, I think I would do it.
Yeah.
Just because I like stuff right now. I like how things are, and
Really?
but I think, but that's a great point. If I know I'm going to live forever, am I going to keep doing the things, or do you slack off? You're like, I've got
You,
time.
I think, yeah, people would. I think you'd be a hell of a lot lazier, right?
I think you're right. Because for instance, I know, like, I love playing basketball. I think your days are numbered after 40. Now, having said that, I play ball. There's a couple guys that are, and they're late 40s that play, and they play damn good. So, but in the general sense of the term, of the reason I like playing basketball so much is, and I really am excited to go out there and do it, is because I know that, like, I can't do this forever. So I want to get out there. I want to play hard. I want to, have fun.
Right.
But
Yeah.
because there's going to be a day where it's like, I
Everything's.
can't do that now.
You're right. Everything's temporary. I think everything, right? Like, for example, we're not. This channel's not going to go on forever. Eventually, it's going to stop at some point. Even if I did live forever, all the jokes would be old. The newer generations would come up. I'd be making old jokes referencing stuff that no one gets.
Yeah.
So
Saying stuff like "dick show," and they're like, "What does
you
that
remember
even
what a
mean?"
dick show was? Yeah, used to be this quarter you put into a machine and 3
Like,
inches of carton comes out.
And they're like, "What's a quarter?" And someone else is like, "What's a dick?" We've been alive so long, we've eradicated them. No one has dicks anymore.
We evolved past dicks.
Oh my god! Imagine if we evolve past dicks and we don't have dicks anymore. What the fuck is funny then? I don't know. Fucking kill me. That's when I say, all right, I'm done living forever.
Wow. Okay.
I don't want to live in a world full of no dicks.
Interesting.
This man loves dicks.
Well, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of funny stuff.
I know. Eventually, you'll want to say, "All right, enough with the oxygen."
Yeah.
I'll take the regular stuff.
Now, that's a good question. If you've been living for like 500 years and then you pull the oxygen out of your nose, you're just like, ugh. and you thump,
I don't know.
like,
I don't know. I think you'd age at a normal rate. I don't think it would be an instant like the damn Holy Grail Indiana Jones thing at the end.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this got me thinking about, like, you guys remember Lord of the Rings, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. You ever seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You had like the humans, the dwarves, the elves. Well, the elves were like this immortal race of beings, right? Mm-hmm. This could be like our branch right now. The people that don't decide to take it remain human, and then the people that do turn into like elves or whatever. And the lore, the elves, they don't age. I mean, they do. I've never seen a kid elf, which is weird. But they go for thousands and thousands of years. And again, they can still die, right? But you don't see them sucking on oxygen and being lazy in the movie. You don't see that. That's probably happening behind the scenes, I imagine a scene where the humans go up to them like, "Oh my God, the orcs are coming. We're going to war. You guys, we need you. We need to come with us." They'd be like, "Oh."
Lana.
Can we do it later?
And elves are always like archers for the most part.
Yeah.
And they're really good because they've lived forever. So they're like, they got really good at one thing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They've had centuries of training.
I feel like human beings, the body is very fragile. Mm-hmm. Like on a long enough timeline, yeah, you can remove the age-related deaths,
but you would keep your injuries.
You would keep your injuries. You're gonna get killed some other way.
You're gonna get killed somehow,
right? Like if I could remove the age-related death and all the horrible shit that happens with aging, I mean, you're still gonna die, and I'd be okay with that. Like, you died because you were outliving your life, not just because I ran out of life to live.
Well, that's a good counterpoint to say, okay, well, now I'm not just gonna die in my sleep. Now I'm gonna die a violent death.
Right. I've always wanted to rob a convenience store and get shot at by people.
Right.
I can try. That's my choice now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah. Let's
So
say
then-
you can get convicted and have 3 life sentences. Well, that's 3 fucking life sentences. You gotta stay in
This
there.
guy was 300 years old.
And you'll walk out of there and you go and flick off the prison on your way out. Yeah, you fucking bitch.
That's right. The judge sentences you to 3 life sentences, and you scream, "Ha! That's nothing."
And he's like 4, and you're like, keep it coming.
Anyway, that's
I wish there was a job where you could just think about this shit all day. Like, think about wild hypotheticals. I would obviously do that.
That's pretty much what this is with all of our voicemails.
For the most part.
But anyway, that's science talk.
That's great. That's
Interesting stuff, huh?
yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm so happy that I know what a telomere is now. It's
Who knows?
it's a nice word,
What is
and
that?
now I have the visual of the little cap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the the node, the caps on the end of the chromosomes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of our voicemails,
Oh,
I've got an update on one. I think it was a couple episodes ago. Somebody called in, and I apologize, I don't remember who it was. Called in and asked, "Is there anything that we do or have been told that we do wrong?"
Yeah, I
And
remember.
I think I finally found one. I may have found one. This has been bothering me for the last few days. I'm not sure if I am wrong or not.
Wow, let's hear it. Yeah.
How do you hold the deodorant when you apply it? Is it wide ways across your armpit, or is it
Wide ways.
tall ways?
Wait, you're talking about like a stick of deodorant? Like a
Yes. Yeah, like your standard, like kind of oval shaped, screw on the bottom to make it
Right.
come up.
Oh, okay.
Totally normal stick of
Yeah.
deodorant.
Yeah. Okay.
you hold it wide ways, and you
Oh, you're applying it like longitudinally? You're wiping
Look,
it sideways?
Like if this is your armpit,
Uh-huh.
right, yeah,
you're putting it on like this.
Yeah,
correct.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way that I've always done it.
Is that
Mhm.
wrong?
I don't know. I saw a TikTok guy made a TikTok. It was a joke about deodorant versus black shirts and how you always end up getting the deodorant stains on black shirts and everything when you're trying to put it on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Showed him applying deodorant. He put it on tall ways, and it like went in. It fit the stick of deodorant like fit perfectly in that little his
Crack?
armpit. Yeah, like perfectly. Right.
He turned the
he's doing
deodorant
it
on
wrong.
its side.
He
So
if
it's-
this is his armpit, he's
Uh-huh.
going this way.
There's no way. That's
That's
not
wr-
what it's meant for.
That is wrong.
I tried it, and I think he might be right.
What?
No way.
How
No. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Look,
It
How is
fits perfectly. It goes like right in that, like in the, between the tendon muscle, like that little pit that makes that when you lift your arm up like this.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, but when you, I guess maybe it might miss the.
The sides?
It might miss the very pit. The very
That's where it's
arm
going.
pit.
That's
it has
where
to
that's
go.
exactly where it's going.
Oh
Hmm.
boy.
Yes, everyone in chat, I'm wondering if anyone's done this. Well, okay. Well, I mean, we just took a small poll and everyone does it the other way. No one does it this long way. So
This is a very small sample size.
I guess. All right. Wow.
And so I was talking about this with my wife because it was driving me insane.
Okay.
I've not. I swear to God, I've been thinking about this for the last few days since I saw this.
Okay.
Like to the point where I Googled deodorant commercials because I was like, surely, like
Mm.
it's showing people apply it, like, and most of them are wide ways, but I don't think that's the best way to do it. I think this guy, and I don't remember his name. I didn't see the name on TikTok to give him credit for this. I think he's correct.
I'm going to try it right after this taping and
Might try it live. Well, I'm kind of locked in here, but yeah.
do it.
All right.
And for anybody listening in the future, tweet at us. Let us know what the right way to do it is.
Yes. Let us
Or-
know. Shoot us a message.
I am honestly curious. I think this is a better way to do it.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Try it.
All right. What are we gonna say 200 years from now to the kids? We're actually gonna personally walk up to him and be like, we used to do it wide ways.
Not anymore. Tall ways.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of previous podcasts, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Last episode,
Mhm.
asked for some fatherly advice.
Mm-hmm.
Having a newborn. I have some advice that I would like to give from, because I would, if I could give you any advice, it'd be the one that I gave you. But additionally, just from my perspective, is additional advice would be, don't be too cool for your kids, because I've seen parents who are too cool. They're worried of they're not, they won't be silly with their kids or whatever. But it's like, that is the worst thing that I can see. It almost makes me throw up to see parents and that they're just like, no, you do this and you do that, whatever. And it's like, dude, your kid's gonna be too cool for you in a couple years. Fucking do the thing.
Right.
Just do it. Be silly. So anyway, that's
Wow.
my 2 cents. So don't just be silly, man.
I think that's why it's just like an understood thing in the universe. Like parents, you can't make fun of them for being like doofuses or goofy or whatever. Like, it's because they're concentrating on like their kids. Like, they're losing touch with fashion and they're wearing, white shoes, Velcro shoes or whatever it is, because they're concentrating on being doofuses for their kids.
Yeah, no, that's what I've also thought that I was thinking about making doing a bit about, is the better you look as a parent, the worse parent you are.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I'm sure
It's
there's
like,
some sort of
observation.
correlation.
oh, for sure. Yeah. If I mean, there was some commercial. I think it was like a Corona commercial, and this is probably date me, but like, not date me, but like, it was like, it was Snoop Dogg on the phone, and it was talking to Bad Bunny. I think that was the name of the rapper. Maybe someone else knows, but like, I looked at Dana and I was like, who's that? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, is that good? Is that good that we don't know? I think it's good that we're just like, who's the newest guy? We don't know. We don't have time. We don't, and it's the least important thing on our list to figure out who is the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're exactly right. There has to be some sort of correlation of like, oh man, my dad was so great. He he's still wearing suspenders. It's just some shit like that.
Okay.
He hasn't shaved in 16 years because he hasn't had time, because he was always there for me.
Interesting. All right.
I'll do a study.
Okay.
Get some research.
Yeah.
Did you say you had speaking of new voicemails?
Oh,
I got
Did you have one, Mark?
Yeah, I got one if you want to run into it. I have not heard it, so who knows? We might have to edit this out. Let's see.
Okay.
I like it. It's wild.
All right, guys. Just as a Brit, let's just get that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. As a Brit, I grant you grandfather rights to the use of twat and cunt, as long as you say twat and not twat. Okay, so let's try it now. So, after 3, say twat with me. 1, 2, 3.
Twat.
Twat.
No, somebody still got it wrong.
You called it.
So that's fine. Just wanted to say that, really, because you guys were talking about it in August when I sent through my question about what annoys you about British people. Now I've got to ask a question, haven't I? Got 10 seconds left, I think, on this recording. Question. Okay, where do you want to live? Waterworld or Mad Max World, which I think was Australia? I don't know. Yeah, that.
Wow.
Andy, thank you for the voicemail.
Yeah.
That was great.
Great
Yeah.
one.
Andy Chillingworth. Appreciate you, man. Funny too.
That is great. Yeah, I love how twat is said.
Twat.
I think I love that quote from Peep Show, by the way, where David Corrigan and his roommate are Jez are getting into a fight, and Dave says something like Shakespeare quote or whatever, and he's waiting for Jez to come back at him, and he says to himself, "I bet he can't think of a comeback. He probably doesn't know any other Shakespeare quote." And Jez says to him, "Oh yeah, well you're just a massive twat." Great show, by the way. Right. So, question is, I'm gonna try to say twat more because I love it, and yeah, it's just a great feeling.
This one might be an agree to disagree for me on. I think it sounds funny when Americans say twat because it's just not natural to me. I'm all for more twat in conversation.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah.
I think did we cover this before where if someone is like born in America, they've lived here forever, and then they start like throwing in words from other. Yeah, I think we covered that before.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We did, and that was that's just super annoying to be like that's their thing. Don't take that. And
Right.
You know, I don't know.
You're
That's,
right.
That's
yeah.
one of my biggest pet peeves. So
Oh,
Man.
okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I love the word,
mm-hmm.
and I do get that I will concede that it's an English thing. It's a British thing, but I want to say it, but I can't. I just cannot bring myself to say twat.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound as cool, I guess.
Yeah,
let's try to say it. Yeah.
They sound cool as shit when they say twat. It sounds that's how it's supposed to be said.
We've mentioned
100%.
Kunt before too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that word was my go-to word this year. Just, I mean, yeah, because 2020 didn't do enough. It was just like that word is empty because I've drained that. So, but I've pulled it back. I can't. I haven't been saying that at all anymore. But for a while, it was just like I would just fly by all the other options. It's just like straight to that one. It was,
it is the nuclear option in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give an example. What you're slightly frustrated at the dinner table and you ask your wife to pass the cunting potatoes. Like what? What do you mean?
No, I mean, just like you gotta fix something, and you go up there, and it would feel like something simple where be like, all right, I gotta go in the attic, and I gotta get this thing, and I go in the attic. I take all the time to pull the thing down. I walk up the ladder. I get up there, and the light's not on. I gotta go downstairs and turn the light because the light's a switch down in the room. So I was like, fucking.
Okay.
I have to just because I had to go back down a ladder and flip a switch.
Okay.
That's how on edge sometimes I was this year.
Right. Yeah. What are you going to use when the zombies come?
Oh man,
you already
coming up with new words
earlier.
Yeah. So I'm especially with the kids. Can't be throwing that around always. So
right.
I'm trying to rein in all the curse words.
I see. You're at that point, huh?
I know. I got to be like, oh, daffodils.
Oh, jeez.
Even if a little one were to repeat like even the F word, like out in
Mhm.
public, or I feel like most everybody would get it. And you're like, ah, ha, ha,
Yeah.
they'd understand it. But if a little American kid said cunt,
Yeah.
there's no that one. You're not walking back.
They didn't hear that on TV.
No, no,
Yeah.
you didn't. Or excuse me, on the telly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question was, would you rather live in
Oh.
Waterworld or Mad Max World? Oh boy, I'll have to go back and watch Waterworld. By the way, that was like one of the most impressive shows at Universal. It was like the live performance show called Waterworld. Like the movie flopped, didn't it? Like it didn't do well for some reason. That's what I
think
remember.
so.
Yeah.
I think
I
it was
remember it was like
too
the butt of
expensive.
jokes for ever.
Oh, I forget most of it. Yeah.
Was it one of those like stunt spectacular shows?
Yeah, it was a stunt show. Yeah, I think it's been around for a long time, but they've nailed it down. Geez, I only remember Mad Max. I remember loving the Mad Max movie, the recent one, as well as the old ones. But I don't remember a lot about Waterworld. I think everyone just remembers pissing and drinking the piss
Yeah.
and the gills on his head.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
Well, I think you go. I think it's a no-brainer. I think you go
Really?
Mad Max because you're on a raft. I mean, we've played this game. It's fucking miserable. So that is essentially Waterworld. You're living on a raft, and then you stop at these places and here and there. Mad Max is essentially a desert. Yes, it's a desert and it sucks, but at least it's steady ground. And
Okay. Yeah, one place you got a water shortage, another place you got a land shortage.
I'm going Mad Max just because I don't want to be seasick, and I've that would be my life. So
Okay. And I'm assuming Mad Max meaning you're not part of a gang, you're on your own type of
I
thing.
think you're part of a gang. I think I'm the bass player of whatever. Yeah. By the way, yeah. No, I think I'd be the drummer on some sort of vehicle.
Okay.
I could see that.
I wouldn't be the bass player. I mean, bass players don't fuck.
And that's what it's all about in Mad Max World.
Okay, all right.
I was just thinking about that today because I was trying to think of a new skit, and I was like, the bass player is the most not. Yeah, because I played bass for a long time, but like in bands, it's like no one wants to fuck a bass player. They will, but no one wants to.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing. It's such an, and I'm not a musician, but I feel like it's such an unsung or like underappreciated thing.
Yeah, you got to be really good to be noticed and be like, oh, that guy's really good.
Right.
I don't want to say anyone can play the bass, but if you can do the minimum and get by, and it would be fine, and I don't think people would notice. But if you really wanted to up your, I mean, think about all the famous bass players, Flea, Les Claypool. I mean, so you start, there's other ones.
All right. Okay.
So, yeah. So anyway, I'm going Mad Max.
Okay.
Oh boy, Mad Max bass player, drum player. You said
drummer. Yeah.
Drummer. All right.
Did we decide if you're a nomad in both situations, if you're on your own?
I feel like because there's no bands in Waterworld, I think I think you only have the option of being on your own in Mad Max. So you got to step on the scorpions to eat them. You got to avoid the gangs.
Okay, so yeah, let's go solo. You have to go solo.
You have to go solo. Yep.
All right, so yeah, I'm not motivating myself with a drum, being a drummer.
Yeah.
Like marching in this. It's like, it's just you. Just walk. You don't need.
All right. So if that's the case, still Mad Max, Mark, I'm guessing?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Sea
all right.
seasickness.
Seasickness. All right.
Yeah. That's the main reason. That's pretty much the only reason.
Okay. All right.
I might have to go SeaWorld, Waterworld.
Sea. Oh, really? Why is that?
I don't get seasick,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's so much harder to be found out on the ocean versus like somebody tracking you down in the desert.
Right. Okay. Right. I can see that for you. All right.
I can go
It would just be a
Just-
coat rack on a raft.
I can be just a mast. I'll look like a mast on the front, and that'll be it. And I just float around, bob around in the ocean by myself and get incredibly sunburnt, and I'll be happy. That's all I need.
Interesting. Yeah, you do have that time to yourself. That is the biggest attraction to that world, I guess.
But I mean, like if you're out in the desert, like the desert out in Australia is enormous, so you can be pretty alone out there as well.
You can, yeah. And I'm more of a introverted person, but at the same time, I might have to go with the Mad Wax world. I feel like might be a little exciting scurrying around and scavenging behind the gangs, and eventually I'd get lonely, and if I were grabbed by a gang, I'd be like, all right, well, at least I'm getting fucked. I mean,
All right, yeah,
it's a little more exciting, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in the ocean, you're on like an 8x8 raft.
Yeah, you
Right?
wouldn't have a food problem. I mean, fish would probably just flop onto your raft just overnight. You'd probably...
yeah, fish would take out their oxygen tanks and be like, "I've been here for fucking ever. Please just eat me."
I don't think you'd have a food problem in Waterworld. The freshwater thing, like Oki said, you'd have a problem in both worlds. Probably have a good filtering system in Waterworld.
Mm-hmm.
could I have a sailboat?
I think so. I think
Sure.
you could probably find some trash and make a sail. And
I mean, if Mark has a drum set, I can get a sailboat, right? I mean, that seems only
Right.
fair.
oh,
Yeah.
guys, you're adding all these things.
So yeah, you can have a sailboat. I have a walking drum set. Not even just a drum anymore. Not just a snare drum, but I have cymbals. I have toms. I have a hi hat. I'm basically a fucking Dr. Seuss one-man band walking through the desert, pulling chords that ring and
Yeah. So you're trying to draw the gangs to you.
right. Yes, and then I'm just gonna like I was gonna say Eli Muskum. What is it? What Book of Eli? Them,
What happened? What did he do?
draw them in, and then just kick their ass.
Okay.
Just. I
I
mean,
thought you were
rope-a-dope.
drawing them in to demonstrate your value as a musician,
oh,
but no,
yeah.
you're trapping them. You're setting a trap with your
Wait,
music.
are you?
I'm not trained at all. I'll get my ass kicked real quick. But I love that idea that when everyone has a hypothetical fight, that they always win.
So
My hypothetical fights, I always lose. I'm like, I know how this is gonna go.
You lose in your fantasies.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of off topic. Well, real quick, Steven, are you customizing the dentist system into?
I didn't think about that.
Because of the implication.
Right.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel weird about talking about this, but because I don't like to talk about celebrities or people. Seems gossip, whatever.
It's fine. It's just us.
One of the Paul brothers is fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
I think
Like,
I did see that. Yeah.
Everybody in the world agrees that that's insanity, right?
It's so dumb.
Mhm.
It's stupid.
But Everyone's gonna watch it anyway.
You're right. Well, I'll tell you why they're going to watch it. They're going to watch it because, first of all, who won the fight? Was it? I don't really follow them. I know they're huge, but was it Jake Paul that fought?
I don't know.
Nate Robinson. I gotta look that up real quick.
All right.
I was just like what I would give for that amount of self-confidence to say, I'm going to fight Floyd Mayweather, the guy who has, how many times has he been beaten or lost a fight?
He's never lost a fight. I don't
never,
think.
never, ever. He's beaten all of the biggest names in boxing.
It's the dumbest thing you can do. Oh, jeez. That's your job. That's what you've done. That's like your profession.
Right.
And this guy's going to try and fight him.
Jake Paul, right? The Paul brothers. Jake Paul fought Nate Robinson. Now, Nate Robinson was a basketball player. He was a good basketball player. And then he just decided to pick up boxing. So it was kind of like, let's see this first-time NBA boxer. And it didn't go well. But, I guess Jake Paul had been training. These guys have, but I mean, I don't follow it closely enough to talk intelligently about it. I don't want to talk intelligently about anything if you've been listening, but
you have for over a year. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the fact that the Logan Paul can just be like, I want to fight Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather's like, all right, I'll do it. Just the amount of money he's going to get. I'll fucking fight Floyd Mayweather. I'll fight him.
Nah, dude. If you want to. I've never.
Because the loser will get like $1 million.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because of the fight. Yeah, just fucking knock me out. And I'll be on my merry, happy, rich-ass way.
That's true.
But it doesn't sound like this guy's doing it for the money, though, is he? If he's all set, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're right. He's like a huge YouTuber, so I mean, he's makes an insane amount of money, and he's not doing it for the money. You're right, but publicity stunt that equals growth, whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's all growth to him.
Yeah, but the fact, look, it's
attention, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
I'll talk. Floyd Mayweather's fighting style is not very aggressive either. He's super quick, but he's very defensive.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of his fights where the other guy just gets worn out because he's chasing him around the ring, and look, he's quick. I don't think I could land if you said I'll give you $1,000 if you can punch him one time, I'll give you 100 shots. I don't think I'd land one.
Nope.
So I mean,
wow, I've never put down money on a event or a sporting event or anything like that. I've never gambled on it. This might be the first time I put money down on something.
And I think the Logan, I think he has to lose weight. I'm assuming because he looks bigger than Mayweather by 20 pounds at least. So he's got to probably lose some weight, and he's going to be, or Mayweather can't jump up that much. That's crazy. But the fact that he's coming out of retirement to do it, but I don't know.
Like it makes me when you see such a crazy thing like this, immediately alarms start going off. Like, what kind of shitty behind the scene? It's not about, like, everybody knows. It's a foregone conclusion that Mayweather is going to possibly take his head clean off the top of his shoulders. So why are they doing it?
Yeah.
What is the shady behind the scenes shit going on? Like, what kind of money is changing hands, or like what is the real motive behind this?
Yeah.
They'll probably pull a Joby, and right at the critical moment of the fight, they'll throw out some sponsorship. Paul will say, wow, it's a good thing I'm being beaten by these particular boxing gloves.
I could see it. Be a good move.
Boy, oh boy,
Logan
guys.
Paul.
Under Armour, am I right?
Listen to this. Logan Paul has been his professional boxing record of 0-1.
Right.
He's been in one fight. He's lost. Why the fuck are they fighting each other? Just because he called him out? He said he can't read or whatever? When you're as rich as Floyd Mayweather, you don't have to read. You have people read for you.
Right. It makes me wonder now, like, can I get on Twitter and say some mean things to Floyd Mayweather and get $1 million? Like, just let him, I'll let him uppercut me. I don't care. Like, no gloves. Just beat the shit out of me. Let me get some quiche.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, one loss. I don't understand it against the fucking what's the word? Debatably, indubitably, and debate one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Yes.
I don't.
Sure.
You can't look. I'm not a fan of Floyd Mayweather. I don't like his style because it appears that he is always running away and just tiring out the other guy, and that's it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't make for a good
that's-
show, is what you're saying.
Right, because it's
Okay.
boring.
All right,
to me, it's just like, okay, you won, but a win's a win. So I'm not taking anything away from him. Obviously, I mean he has his own style. It works, and he's good at it. But I mean, so you're talking about like him and Tyson. Who's better of all time? Greatest. So the fact that you are some 0-1. 0-1. I didn't even know that. I was like, okay, well, he's got to have some boxing experience. No. He's got one fight that he lost.
Yeah,
so
it's the hype and the publicity, all that. Yeah.
But the fucking thing is how often do we talk about sports on this?
Oh, you're right. Look at that. Look at
that. They fucking got us.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah,
It worked,
everybody's talking about it.
You think this is just a ploy by big boxing to bring boxing back into the public eye?
I just read that the Mike Tyson fight was the highest pay-per-viewed boxing of this year. So
okay.
That's something.
I believe it.
You're talking about two 50-year-old dudes fighting? Two 50-year-old men that aren't at Thanksgiving dinner were fighting, and people were paying to watch. I'll tell you what. I saw some of the highlights. Tyson looked fucking mean, too. So, I don't know.
Wow. They got to be on some sort of oxygen. I'll tell you what.
It's a great point.
I hope he starts running his mouth off to Tyson next. Could you?
I could only pray for that.
Right. Like, cancel my Christmas. Let me just have that.
My one wish was for my daughters to have a great life, but I might take that back to.
Yep. Yeah. I get
If
it.
I could get it on one fight, and then take everything I have and put it on that fight.
And it's not even take the person, like take the Paul brothers out of it. I don't care who it is. Just it's not even about them. It's about just an anonymous person, meeting their same features and getting into the ring with Mike Tyson. It's just like being hit with a car accident over and over.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This will be a huge dick show, and we're all going to put in our quarters. I mean, like it or not.